guys, welcome back. We are the Formation Alpha team. I'm Jenny Galindo.
I'm Brandon Castellanos.
I'm Jerry Galindo.
I'm Brian Castellanos.
So today we're going to be talking about the Game Award nominations. So the Game Awards are on the 7th, so we're just going to talk about the games we think are going to win the awards. So let's start off with Best Game Direction. What you guys think?
Well, let's talk about the games that are nominated for that list. So Horizon Zero Dawn, Resident Evil 7, Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. I kind of classify as Best Game Direction as, you know, breaking the conventions of a game, taking a new take, one that's different from the past. I think Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, just because previous games were always so linear, you know, even to the extent of open world. Like, I think Ocarina of Time was, you know, very linear as well. But this game is crazy. Like, you could literally beat the boss just walking out of the first place you get out of.
Yeah.
Once you wake up from the Shrine of Resurrection, you can basically already fight Ganon. So that's just a crazy open world game that I think no other games in the past in the Legend of Zelda series have done. And I don't know, it's so cool. Like, it's a whole new story. It's so beautiful. It's a crazy, like,
Yeah, I have to
style.
say I definitely would go with Breath of the Wild too. I really liked it. I thought the game style was really cool. I think the way they approached making the game was super different from the previous Legend of Zelda games.
And Link was daddy, so that's always nice.
Can we talk about the shark? What's his name?
Okay.
Prince Sinton.
Prince Sinton.
I played a bit of it, but Mario Odyssey. Yes.
Yeah.
I
Those
still go with
game
Mario.
direction?
Yep, Mario Odyssey. I don't know. Yes, Breath of the Wild was awesome. I didn't get to finish it, but I did play it for quite, you know, a substantial amount of time. Mario's been, you know, in our lives, you know, it's been since I was a kid. You know, I played Mario, and, you know, even before that. But to make something fresh again with the same character, use the same story, I think that's something.
I think Breath of the
Mario
Wild
has
did
stood
that
a
too,
testament
though.
to time. It has too, yeah. But I don't know. The Cappy thing, that was really cool. The whole, like, possession, that was really cool. I like that.
It's definitely something new.
It is. It's definitely new. And
In terms of
I will say,
mechanics.
and Legend of Zelda also brought a lot of, you know, new mechanics to the table. I know one of the things that caught my eye was the whole, like, you were able to literally climb anything. That was something so small, but I liked it. And not only that, but I mean, you had a little meter too, so you can do it all the time. But that was really cool. But I don't know. Like I said, I just had a lot of fun playing Odyssey. You know, my first 30 minutes into Odyssey, I'm like, I love this game. I want to finish this game. So that's why it takes it.
I haven't played Wolfenstein 2, so I can't really give too much uptake on
Pretty
that.
good.
Or Zero Dawn. Res 7, although, yeah, it looked nice, but I don't think it was the best game direction. I feel that the story could have been better, or could have been done better. So, of course, for me as well, the top two that I'm looking at is Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. Each one had their own individuality. I've beaten both. Breath of the Wild had a lot to offer, especially with this new open world, like you said. Going to fight the boss straight ahead, the environment affecting you. You know, you're going to have to wear something to protect you from the cold, something from the heat. Lightning will strike you. You can drown. Your stamina meter is fixed from, was it Skyward Sword?
Yes.
Have the health meter?
No,
well,
the
no.
stamina.
Stamina.
Yeah, because in Skyward Sword it's awful.
Yeah.
But in this one they fixed it. And then for Mario Odyssey, I will probably give it to Odyssey just because I'm really biased on Mario because Mario's been a big part of my life. Breath of the Wild was awesome, and, you know, but to me it has a much higher skill cap
Yes.
than Odyssey.
It does.
You know, like I was playing Breath of the Wild, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna kill this guy, and I just get whacked, and I'm dead. And I'm like,
If you think
what
that's
just happened
bad,
to me?
Oh my
DLC
God.
makes it so much worse because you play in Master Mode and it's like an instant kill if you get hit.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, I was a pleb when I played it, but
All right,
Okay,
let's-
so we only have limited time for each
Yeah.
section, but I guess our next
Let's
one
move
is,
on really
yeah.
quick to art direction.
So best
That's a
art
tough one for
direction
me.
is Cuphead, Destiny 2, Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5, and of course The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. So what is art direction? You know, like what? I guess it's like
The animation
The animation
style,
style.
game kind of changed. What game I guess was the best of
or
the
it
year?
stood out.
I have to say, the two that I would be like would be Persona 5 and Cuphead.
Yes, I'm conflicted between those.
I think Cuphead's animation is insane. It's so different. We've never even seen anything like that before. And it's really hard. It's a hard game, too. So it looks cool, and then you play it, and you're like, shit, this is hard.
I played the Destiny 2 beta. I will say that Skybox looks beautiful, but no way is it on par with any of these other games. I don't even know why it's on this list. Most of the, like, Horizon Zero Dawn has a better shot over these other games.
Because
I
my
have played.
God.
I played that.
I played
it's a
too.
beautiful looking
It
game.
is.
Beautiful. That's why it's such a contender with Breath of the Wild for Game of the Year, which we'll
You
talk
know
about
what?
later.
I'd say it's okay. All these games look pretty, but I feel like Cuphead and Persona 5 are so
stood out-
different.
yes,
They
exactly.
stand out.
That's
They
why.
created something completely different. As much as I'm not crazy about Persona 5, only because I feel like that isn't my niche of games.
I love it.
Watching you play it, I'm like in awe with like the way they took the art direction.
It's
I think
brave.
it's so
It's
cool.
brave because if I was an executive for a game company, I'd be like, get that off my screen. I don't know what you're showing me. I already watch enough anime. But in order for that to have such a big fan base and to get nominated for Game of the Year says something.
Yeah.
And I think that means it's on the verge of Cuphead, where it's just such a brave take on art in a
What do you
game.
guys think?
I'm
first.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Cuphead. I'm a big I love animation. I just feel like the art of or the style of animation, the drawing, frame by frame, I think that's in itself it's a dying art because now I mean every Disney movie you see it's it's all CG, it's animation. I've what was the last I can't remember the last drawn or animated Disney movie like that. But I just think I admire that. I admire when so much effort goes into work like that. So for me, that's why Cuphead takes it. When I first saw you play, okay, if I didn't know Cuphead was a game and I walked in watching you play it, I would have thought I was watching a TV show. It's really for
weird.
everything. I mean, the style, when he's moving, the grain on it, it's so 1930s. Yeah.
That was the
And
aesthetic
they
were
really
going
put
for.
the time into Cuphead. I think it's been in production for like 10 years.
Yeah.
They're
on
part
it.
of the idea at Xbox.
Yeah.
And I don't know, when even the opening menu, when him and who's it?
Cuphead and Mugman.
When they're doing like this little animation, I'm like, that's awesome. I
know,
love it. It's
yeah.
just, I don't know, it's so like,
It's
it has that
almost-
look. I
You know
love
what's
it.
weird about Cuphead and Persona is that they're both tied with their own respected consoles.
Atlus.
Atlus is very close, and I think almost shares branches with Sony,
And
if I'm
so
not
is
mistaken.
Cuphead.
And also, Cuphead is like part of Xbox's indie exclusive
Yeah.
company.
Mm-hmm.
So to see, it's just sad that I think we were talking about this earlier, Brian, but like it's sad to know that these games probably won't ever go to another console.
Yeah, another
like
platform.
we'll probably never see, but then it could also change because we've seen that with Sonic and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's kind of sad to know that right now we won't ever see these games on other platforms. I would love to have Cuphead on the Switch, and I would love to have Persona on the Switch, just
not
because
gonna
they're
happen.
not graphic intensive. But it's just like the fact that it just won't
Yeah.
ever get to those consoles.
All right.
Give it to Cuphead. As much as I love Persona, I want to give it to Cuphead based on the aesthetics of the 1930s. Everything looked great. It looked very cartoony. I think it really nailed that
Even the
1930s.
boss
I feel like a lot of
battles,
heart went
right?
into that
Yes.
one.
Boss battles
yeah.
too were just so crazy.
Yeah, I just felt like Brandon said, like so much heart went into that, and I just loved it.
The most important part of a game is its music. What is a game without music?
Exactly.
because
So
the best
what-
score in music.
Nominations: Cuphead, Destiny 2, Nier Automata, Persona 5, Super Mario Odyssey, and The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Go ahead.
So my pick is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Beautiful song. I think me and Brian both got the special edition, and we got the audio track, right?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Also, a
music
lot of
is
the
just
songs,
amazing.
really quick, if you speed them up, they play like homage to the other to
Yeah,
the
some
previous
songs
games.
will have
the main songs.
slowed down and really slowed down themes of old Zelda games. It's kind of
Yeah.
creepy. But yeah, that's my take. But Odyssey had such good music, such brave music, if I must say. Who would have thought that Nintendo would have had an awesome, like, actual lyrical song?
Yes.
2 pop songs, basically, that are just so catchy and so awesome. I think it deserves that. But I don't know. I would choose Breath of the Wild.
If it's up to me, I'd say hands down Mario Odyssey. Those songs, they just like I'd be at work and I'd just be like singing it to myself. Like that ending, I didn't even hear that last song
Oh, it's so
until
good.
I played the
I love
game
it.
to the. I don't want to ruin anything, but if
Yeah.
you the ending of Mario
That's
Odyssey,
a
the
good
game
song.
Oh my god, I was obsessed with that song. Just listening to it all like on
Yeah.
loop in my car.
So good.
But I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the other songs. I know Cuphead also has really good music, but I'm too familiar with it. I'd have to go with Mario Odyssey.
yeah, those
Again-
two are probably going to win it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I did play Legend of Zelda. I don't know I played my share of it, and I think Legend of Zelda has a great soundtrack with it. But Odyssey, and this goes back to the first trailer we got for it. When I heard the was it the Odyssey song?
Yeah, Jump Up Superstar.
Yes. Okay. When that song came out, that trailer came out, I was like that one critic in Ratatouille where he eats the ratatouille and he's brought back to his childhood.
Oh my god,
that was me. I saw it
down.
and I was like, and I saw little me playing 64 Mario, and just the happiest time of my life. So when I saw that trailer, it took me back, and I'm like, I want this game. I'll be honest. We went half on our Switch, and I knew Breath of the Wild was going to come out first. I played it before, but that game was the selling factor. I'm like, I am more excited for this game than Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
So
I remember you talking about that.
Yes, and it delivered. I love it. So Mario Odyssey.
Okay, so this is actually a very tough one for me. Okay, Cuphead. I loved Cuphead. The soundtrack really nailed the 1930s, but for me, it's not soundtrack of the year. Same with Breath of the Wild. I love Breath of the Wild. The soundtrack didn't stand out to me too much. Destiny 2, I didn't really care. And then the main three, which I'm very conflicted between, is Mario Odyssey, Persona 5, and Nier Automata. Persona 5, I just love the smooth jazz. Every time you do something different, a different soundtrack appears. Whether you're being at the Cafe LeBlanc, it's nice smooth jazz. If you're in combat, it goes to a much more higher intense version of itself, and it's just great. Even when you're roaming through different parts in the town, different parts in the metaverse, different things, it's always a different soundtrack, and these soundtracks hit you like crazy, and it's so good. Nier Automata sounds great as well. I've listened to like a few of it, and it's really good. I think though, as much as I love Mario, I gotta give it to Persona 5. Just
everything you do, there's a soundtrack for it,
yeah,
right?
It's so good.
Yeah.
They work that guy to death. Best action adventure game. The nominations are Assassin's Creed Origins, Horizon Zero Dawn, Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, and Uncharted.
That's such a vague action adventure. It's
so I guess which one had the best, most intense
action
story, and which ones had the most chaotic and crazy parts? I guess, and and just jaw-dropping moments where you're looking at, scenery and adventure.
Yep. Go ahead. Just try to get through this one.
Mine would have to be The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I hope they take all these awards, honestly.
They're not going to.
I just think it's awesome. That open world is just freaking amazing. And I'm not saying this as someone that hasn't played any of the other games.
I know.
I have invested 80 hours in Mario Odyssey. I don't know. I like it a lot. Go, Khadija.
Oh, man. Okay, you know what? I'm rereading this, and I think I would have to go action adventure. I don't know. I feel like it's also with like the story and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just like the action. I think I'd have to give it to Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Yes.
On that one. I feel like it's just so much bigger than you. You know what I mean? Like it just puts it on this like huge scale, and I feel like it has a good mix of like action scenes where you have to stop and you get those like
I'll touch up on that.
Fighting scenes where you have to kill a whole bunch of people. I'd have to give it to Uncharted.
Uncharted Lost Legacy. It is a shorter... You know what? I will say it's probably just as long as the first Uncharted. Not crazy extensive, but it's a good length of a game. I liked it a lot. I mean, the scenery... I mean, some of these places, when you go and find the Tusk, a temple, it's it's beautiful. A lot of the set pieces where things are crumbling, you have to escape. It was awesome. One of the things that really stood out to me again was it all goes back to story. I feel like what something Uncharted's got done right is every game there was character development. Yeah. From Nathan Drake's story, from the first, he's not the same character from the first to the fourth one. Same with Chloe. You're introduced to Chloe in the second game, and this one you follow her along with Nadine, who's a character you meet in the fourth one. Sequel, it takes place after the events of Part 4. Both have grown, and then at the end there's a decision Chloe has to make, and when she does, you're like, that is cool. This character has like this person would have not made that decision if you in the second game. They've like it's crazy how they've grown.
I love Chloe.
Okay.
So I loved it.
Okay.
Uncharted.
Yeah. So for me, never really got into Assassin's Creed, so that's Zero Dawn. Never really played it. Uncharted, I didn't get to finish it, or I never played it either. So the new one I didn't play. So right now my choices are Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, and I have to agree with Jerry on Breath of the Wild.
Wow.
In terms of action and adventure games, I feel that Breath of the Wild really nailed the adventure sense. From as soon as you walk out of the shrine, you just see this vast world and everything in it. That and then the pictures, just giving you all this backstory on what happened. I just love that, and I feel it really nailed it. So I agree with you, Jared.
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild.
Thank you.
Most anticipated game?
Okay,
Most
So none of these
anticipated.
games we've played.
No.
yeah, most anticipated game is very hard. Okay, the most anticipated games up for nominee are God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Last of Us Part 2. And I will honestly say I cannot pick
I
between
can't
these.
either.
Really?
That's
That is
hard.
tough.
Okay, I completely agree.
Ron, you see, I
but-
think Monster Hunter because I've always loved Monster Hunter. I'm drinking
Oh my God.
Shut up. Honestly,
You've never played Monster Hunter. Get out of here.
Okay, I'm gonna say this out of like the reactions I've seen from all of these games being announced. I feel like people lost their shit when Red Dead Redemption 2 was announced.
Yeah.
I feel like the internet blew up. It was like all over Twitter, and not only that, they didn't even release a trailer. All they released was a picture.
Yeah.
It was a red picture with the
sunset.
sunset,
Yeah.
and everyone just like freaked out. So I'm
did.
gonna have to go with Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm gonna have to go with The Last of Us Part 2. I mean, just from seeing at the PlayStation event, seeing her play the guitar, and you know, you don't really know who's alive. You don't even know if Joel's alive. You're
Yeah.
kind of just like so freaked out by everything that's happening. I'll give it to that. That's an amazing game.
Yeah.
It's got a great PlayStation.
I
first
say that's my
party.
second pick.
I will
Last of
say
Us.
probably mine would be Last of Us because I love Red Dead Redemption, but I feel like I'm gonna buy Red Dead for the story, but more so for the online to play with friends.
Yeah, because it's Rockstar.
Straight story for story alone, Last of Us 2. So that's the one I pick. And that trailer looked awesome. I mean, it looks like they're even going more dark. I think even one of the spokesperson for it said that game is meant for adults. So it looks like they're taking a darker path.
I still can't pick because Last of Us 2 I've just been looking forward to for forever. Red Dead 2 has been exciting me because I want to see the continuation from the first one.
God of War looks sick.
God of War looks amazing. It's Norse mythology. I love Norse mythology. I'm hoping we fight Fenrir. I'm hoping we fight Odin.
Looks different.
Yeah,
too.
it's very different. Marvel's Spider-Man, it looks like a good Spider-Man game.
We're finally getting a good Spider-Man.
We've never gotten a good Spider-Man game.
Spider-Man 2, based off the movie. Actually, I liked it a lot.
And it's okay.
It was open world. I loved it.
And then Monster Hunter World looks so fun, and especially the fact that that's
Always
gonna
been one of my favorite franchises.
Shut up.
Always.
especially the fact that Monster Hunter World is also going to be multiplayer.
All right,
Rocket League's
so
good.
nominations for Game of the Year are Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Super Mario Odyssey, and Legend of
of the
Zelda
Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
Let's go. Come on.
Let's do this.
Quick, snappy.
Yeah,
Quick,
you
You,
snappy.
you guys
Snappy.
go and I'll talk last.
Okay.
Persona 5.
Mario Odyssey.
Super Mario Odyssey.
The Legend of Zelda. Breath of the Wild.
Like I said, Mario Odyssey, I just feel like it's a game for anyone. Anyone can pick it up and play at their own pace, their own skill level. I think that's why, because it reaches out to a broader audience. I don't think a lot of games nowadays, well, I mean, you have your settings, you can switch the, easy, medium, hard, but I feel like it's anyone, literally anyone can play it, and you can play at your own pace, your own style. I like that. I don't think games do that now. A lot of games do that nowadays, so Mario Odyssey.
I'd have to say Mario Odyssey for the same exact reason. I feel like a big audience can play it. I don't know. It was really difficult between that and Breath of the Wild because I also think Breath of the Wild is an amazing game. But I don't know. I do feel like more people are playing Mario Odyssey, and it's already broke like so many Nintendo records. It's I don't know. It's a great game.
Brian, you can go. I'm going to be really short. So.
Okay. Persona 5, I was a bit disheartened because I beat Mario Odyssey. I'm like, well, what do I play now? And my friend had played Persona 5, and I saw a bit of it, and I'm like, you know what? I want to check this out. So I got it for myself, and I've just been playing this game nonstop. I love it. There's so much you can do. There's so many things. The aesthetics, the storyline's great. The combat, I'm loving it, and I just like playing it so much. And I feel that if people were to play it or give it a chance, I think a lot of people would like it as well. Even though it doesn't have as big of an audience as a Mario game would, or as Horizon would.
I just think it's so much. I think it's almost in the same realm. Why you guys are choosing Odyssey? The whole childhood aspect. That's the same aspect I've had with Zelda. I don't know. It's been there for me
It hits
in
home.
the darkest of
Yeah.
times, and it
get
hits home
you.
for me. And I don't know. After playing all these games, I just have to give it to Breath of the Wild, just because it's been in production for so long, and it's from the heart of Nintendo, and it's one of the best games on the Switch. So I don't know. It was one of the first games on the Switch.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
I don't know. That's
All
what I
right.
choose. But
Yeah.
I guess December 6th, approximately
December
7th.
7th.
7th, in approximately what?
A few
4
days.
days from now.
Yeah.
So-
Yep, we'll do a reaction video for that, so keep an eye out for that one.
So we're gonna wrap it up here, guys, and then tune in December 7th.
Oh, we're
We'll
still deciding.
discuss,
We'll
but-
discuss
We'll
it more.
discuss about it,
Yeah.
but
But
we're
it's a
definitely definitely
perfect
do something for
opportunity
Game
for you all to
Awards.
go to the Facebook. And,
Yes.
You know,
And like
go
our
check it out.
Facebook.
Definitely. So, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I guess we will see you guys next time, right? All right. Bye.
Bye.
See you.